Okay, so for this week's episode, what do we gotta say? Before anything, hold on.
Uh,
Okay, go ahead, Andrea.
oh, of course. I guess you can say this is like what a Swamp Wars kind of episode because this is just all in Louisiana kind of bayou kind of vibe. But this is all just for one bounty mission, so filler, unfortunately. But like
It's not
I don't know.
100% filler because you gotta keep this in mind. When it comes down to filler, it has to be kind of pointless. Sometimes good filler can work, but you have a lot of pointless filler. For this one, it felt like half of it was filler, but at the same time, half of it was character development. Yes, we got the
Yeah,
character
that's true.
development.
I don't want to guess because like I just feel like it's just more of actually don't know honestly. This one I couldn't really focus on who on this point. What do you think honestly? I gotta hear your thought on this
Here's what I think
because
on the episode. I think having Omega not join them was smart, and I like that Hunter nailed it that no, this isn't up for a discussion. You're not coming. Because this bounty hunter, she will know. She will know that the M counts, Omega, a sweet pay deal. And if I assume she knew about, what's it called? I assume she knows regarding
the high class. What is
Omega's
it?
bounty.
Well, then again, she already knows the files on Hunter and Wrecker. So like at this point, it's like, what is her goal in the end of it? I mean, again, it's a bounty hunter thing, so of course there's no really like ends to it. But at the same time, it's like on Fennec's end because yes, she was hired by the Kaminoans at first until apparently the bounty was called off. At least that's what she
Bullshit.
quote
I call
unquote says it.
bullshit.
But
I call bullshit on
I
that.
think that's also I think so too. Honestly, like
If I
I
go back to
don't
that
know.
episode, I can guarantee you she failed. It was not because of that.
You can tell from her moments too of like her answering like the questions or so that Wrecker and Hunter would ask of her. It's like okay. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. As a character, she's honestly my favorite of the bounty hunters, and even when she appeared on Boba, that was also amazing. But sorry, that's besides the point. Off topic from that.
Should
But
have just been
the
called
main point
Boba.
here.
It should have been called Boba Fett and Fennec because honestly, it was both of them. Well, more Fennec. If anything, just the Fennec show. Look, I'm gonna trash Boba Fett for once because that entire pile thing had
Okay,
potential, but they chose to decide
okay,
what the hell were they doing. The Mandalorian episodes
okay,
were
but we're
so
not.
stupid. Yeah, I know. I just want to rant a little because that was
Look, I know you want to rant. Yeah, I know you want to rant, but that's not the topic of this discussion here.
okay. I just want to shit on that one for a little bit, but let's move
I
on.
know you did.
So
But yes,
Having Fennec basically tell them, hey, uh, you guys aren't getting information out of me that easily, and that is believable. Why would she?
it
I
is.
know people are gonna be like, they should have just gone somewhere else. It's like, who? Who else do they know? Go back to Sid. Sid literally backstabbed them. Why are they gonna go back to that? Like, I think Fennec was a bounty hunter. That is the she was hired to try to capture Omega. There's a big difference to that than someone
Yes.
that you trusted and they backstab you. I think there's a
Okay,
big difference.
and then again, I somewhat was thinking about Cat Bane, but I was like thinking like, no, no, for hell no, they will not. Only because of the fact of what happened with Hunter. So like that was a big no factor. But like that was another bounty hunter that they have encountered. So like,
No, why
and
would they
the
go to
best.
Cad Bane? Cad Bane would
Well, they
immediately want
wouldn't.
to know
Of
that.
course not.
I don't
Of
think
course not.
I don't
Because
think
like
Cad Bane's coming back, is he? I didn't see him in the
he is.
trailers.
He is. Yes, he is. He was in the first trailer when season 3 trailer came out. He was in there. So we are seeing Cad Bane again. We just don't know when we are going to see it at this point.
Next episode,
Which
let's
I
be real.
thought it could be honestly. It's cuz I'm thinking of course when of course the fight between Cad Bane and Fennec was an over ordeal because of Omega. This is probably going to be the same thing again because he could be a high class bounty hunter that's doing the M count missions. He could. I'm not saying he is, but he could.
I mean, he
So,
would be qualified, I guess. That is not out of the discussion, but
right.
I don't know. It
It's
is
just a
50-50 on
it's just
it.
a qualification.
It is 50-50, but Anyway, yeah, Fennec stuff. I feel like it's to show a little action. I mean, who doesn't like action? Clone Wars had action stuff. They had. You couldn't say filler, I guess. It's hard to define filler in that show because it's a war show and a lot of stuff happens. I know everyone would probably
Well,
think the R2D2 stuff. They probably would say filler, but it's like, I mean, it's just a fun little gimmick. I don't see the big
almost,
problem.
almost, yeah,
But I don't
yeah.
know. It's just nice seeing that the Bad Batch is Hunter using his tracking skills. When have we last saw
Tracker,
that?
Tracker. His name is Tracker, and then apparently Fennec doesn't know who Wrecker is, so he just says, you." I just love that. Like, I love the nicknames basically that they're given, honestly, throughout the show, honestly. I know Sid would always give the nicknames to them, and then now it's Fennec. I'm like, okay, it's nice to know that they give nicknames towards these clones, honestly.
Well, yeah, they have to be somewhat creative, at least in terms of
So
having
it's a
characters
little
address
humor to go
them.
with it, at least.
I
So
don't think it's more of her being humorous, just more like, I don't know your name. I'm too lazy to even try, so here, just whatever she can think of. Which for
it still is
Hunter,
humorous, though. I think.
as I said, like Hunter has not used his tracking ability in who knows how long, so I was quite happy seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, from what electromagnetic waves towards now, like currents in the river. Yeah, that's actually a fair like. It's a big change, honestly. So it was kind of really nice to see again. That is true.
So I was pretty
At the
happy.
alligator fights,
Go
we got
ahead.
alligator fights, so that was fun. We were having some nice fighting with alligators. I thought that was pretty. I can't say it wasn't too surprising because, of course, unfortunately, that clip was a good portion of that clip was given out on
Yeah,
Twitter.
well, I
So
never saw it, so I wouldn't have known.
sorry, it's not my fault that Twitter is becoming my life now again.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, unfortunately,
Not the point.
yeah.
Anyway, when it comes down to the fight, I feel it's funny just watching them literally fight against crocodiles.
Okay, but then again, like the fact that it's funny that no matter what Hunter does, like I feel like he always has his back turned on any situation, and that's what causes him to like get into to where
He
he'll
got
either fall
chomped.
from the ground. He almost got chomped, but that was on his backpack, and he's always screaming like the way he does. There's now a compilation of his screams now because of that. It's hilarious.
Let's be real. They probably
So
just reuse the same screen for everything, and it's kind of funny.
well, it's not the one like the stormtrooper uses. I know that for sure. I think it's actually for once D. It's D actually screaming as Hunter, and it's like it's interesting because I would never expect that of Hunter to be like the screaming type of person, but apparently he is for what he doesn't sense off. So it's
That
so
can
funny
be a
though.
plot hole, I guess, or something ridiculous. But anyway,
It's good.
I would like to move on
That
to crosshair stuff because there's some things that have my attention
oh,
with it and have your
let's get
attention
into
with
the
it.
nitty gritty of this.
Oh,
Yes,
by the way, let's
because
just end Fennec stuff completely. Fennec basically says, "Do you if you guys trust me, let me do my thing." They basically have to trust her because at that point they kind of are well
they
pinned.
really were just quiet with her, to be honest. And it was honestly fair because yeah, they don't want to give off too much, even though she probably already knows enough what they were gonna say. So
Well, not
they're
not 100%. She knows that the M count has to be somewhat related to Omega.
she knows that the Omega was already lost, or she was basically, or that the batch lost Omega at that point. So it's at that point, it's like what else do you not know? That's what I want to know.
I
Explain that
think
how she keep up.
well, I think
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
might. I don't think she knows that they have her. Maybe I don't know. She would have been on
She
their
knows that
tail.
they lost. Yeah, she just knows that they lost her, and then she did ask how is she? So it got me curious. Like, yeah, so how much are you keeping track on the batch? That's what I want to know, honestly.
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
every
why is she?
bounty hunter. They have to be more or less on track on what's going on. That's how they get their
It's
stuff.
or for a bounty hunter, yes, that is fair. I mean, but it's not like you see. I mean, then again, no. I'm thinking. Sorry, I'm comparing like in my thing with Boba. On the other hand, it's like, well,
Okay,
what was his mission? That's just a side. That's a side gig. That's a side gig.
Let's focus on the fact that back to it. Yeah, she contacts who we all know it's Asajj Ventress at this point,
At the
and
ending, yeah. At this point,
so that's how the episode ends. But I want to talk about more in depth on Crosshair's thing because it leaves off a lot more than what we thought.
yeah. No, it just brings up and come back to me, which I you still don't agree, and I still go on with it. So, but I gotta hear your thoughts. So,
No,
come on, let's
I
hear it
talked
before I
about
feel.
the Hunter stuff first. Now you go with this one.
Okay, so the fact that yes, like before Run Hunter and Wrecker left, of course Hunter saw the fact that his hand, like Crosshair's hand, is still shaking, so he asked Omega to basically ask Easy to actually help out, and then of course, unfortunately, that didn't work out because as Az quotes, physically, it cannot be healed 100%, and it physically isn't one way of fixing the hand.
Well,
It has to do something with mentally. I said this with him with Ronnie, and I still think that I still think that the stupid chip is still inside of it because, of course, Crosshair just runs like just steams off at the fact that how that he's angry that it's mentally in his head now. So, but yeah, because of what happened to him on Tantus is another factor that plays off of it.
here's the
So
thing. Personally believe it's one of two options. They must have tortured him or something, or he's not even Crosshair in a sense. He's a
I still
clone of.
I don't stop. I don't know. I don't believe that though. I don't believe that, but I still want to hear it out at the same time because I don't I don't believe the idea of like the concept of having of a clone becoming a clone. Which well, I don't. That's the last thing I want from Star Wars is to have a cloneception of each other. And I'm like,
Here's
I
what
don't think that.
okay, I think it needs context. Clone X. It could be three people, as I've told Geek. It's either Tech, as everyone's been completely fanning over. It could be
Yes.
Cody because he randomly just
Cody.
disappeared. Or here's a
Yes.
fun one. It could be a clone of Crosshair.
Again, this is like this like again. I know some people are like they've only brought it out like every so often, but like I still don't understand the concept of that because like why would you why would why would that be a thing though? I get it. Cloning is like something that we still don't know. I mean, well, we kind of know, but we don't know enough still because even after like it's especially in the sequel trilogies, of course, in the movies, but like that's besides the point. I just want like I don't understand that concept though still, but like it's still intriguing to know like a, a clone of a clone can be a thing, but we haven't really seen it unless I'm lying. Please back me up if I am, but like I feel like that's not a concept, but if they do this, I might get pissed off by this concept. I really will be. I think this is like the second thing I would be angry towards like time travel. That's another
A
thing I don't
clone of
want to talk
Tech.
about here. Stop! God damn! I hate that you did that. I
Nah,
hate that you
but
said that.
overall, it's maybe slightly filler, but I think it serves its purpose. They can't just get stuff from a bounty hunter that easily. And would it be fun if we just got it all really fast? Would that really be satisfying? I think that's the
I
bigger
mean,
question.
apparently, I mean, what? We're in like what 7 episodes away from this season. So yeah, we're kind of like speeding it up a bit. So why not? Okay, I don't know at this point. I really
Mm,
don't know, honestly.
maybe
So
you might have
that's
some point there, but I just think let's have one last fun thing before everything goes to hell. But for Crosshair's thing of
yeah.
getting meditation, I did like the callback to the Wookiee episode, to our only
Okay, she.
surviving youngling
Oh
that
yeah,
we're aware
youngling.
of.
Yes, because I don't believe the others have made it. I still don't think the others have made it, honestly, because at this point we really have not seen them again. So it's sad to say that, and honestly, like to think about it, because like yeah, because we did see them all together as that from now from those episodes in Clone Wars, and now like realizing that we see that one of them survived, it's like, well, where the heck are the others now? But unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever see that. And if we do, it will likely be either in a comic or I don't know, unless they do another Tales of the Jedi's kind of thing, but I kind of doubt that too.
I wouldn't see
I
that
don't know.
happening, but yeah, overall,
I don't.
8 out of 10 wasn't that bad. I mean,
It
uh,
was. I don't know. I gotta give it a 7.5 out of 10 on this one, to me, honestly, because like I was intrigued, but like I wasn't that much intrigued by it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like Fennec Shan. I love the bounty hunter thing, but like I don't know, like it just wasn't really it wasn't really catching my appeal to me in this, unfortunately. So it hurts for me to say that actually, because like it really was like this season was going really good until like now this episode. I'm just like, oh great, one downfall. I was like, that's not. I would never say that, but in this case, I actually gotta say that. So, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm for Star Wars. I'm kind of sorry, but in a way, I'm kind of not because like I was expecting a little bit more out of this one. I was expecting maybe a little bit more lore or something like was gonna happen in bad territory, honestly. But
I
oh well,
mean,
we got.
overall, I mean,
I
I
don't
know
know.
we're gonna get Asajj Ventress. We have to. It would be very
Oh,
a shame if we don't get a next episode. Or either that, or
I don't
we're
know.
probably gonna get Cad Bane at some point. Probably next episode too. It's more we're getting into bounty hunter territory, so you know he might
And
know
that's the other
about the
thing.
M. He might know about the M stuff, but
Yeah, he probably would though. That's the thing. So that I know because again, he could be qualified for to be in one of those missions. So only time will tell until next week's episode. So and it has a weird name. Honestly, I can't even still say this name.
what is
So
it?
it's bad, but I can't say it. So yep. So that'll be fun for next week.
Yep. Till next week.